Hello friends, welcome back. Hope you have understood the questions in the previous video. Now let us continue with the remaining questions.
Next question. The compound interest on rupees 1800 at 10% per annum for a certain period of time is rupees 378. Find the time in years. Compound interest is given as rupees 378 and principal amount is given as rupees 1800. We know the total amount is equal to principal amount plus interest amount, which is equal to 1800 plus 378, which is equal to rupees 2178. In compound interest, we know the formula to find out the total amount. Total amount is equal to P into 1 plus R to the power T. We know the total amount is rupees 2178. Therefore, 2178 is equal to 1800 into 1 plus 10 by 100 whole to the power of T. That is 2178 by 1800 is equal to 110 by 100 whole to the power of T. On simplification, we get T is equal to 2 years. So, next question. The value of 204 into 197 is. This is a very simple question. Okay, let us write 204 into 197 is equal to 200 plus 4 into 200 minus 3, which is equal to 200 into 200 minus 3 into 200 plus 4 into 200 minus 4 into 3. So the answer is 40,188, which is option number 2. Next question. What is the value of nth root of x square to the power n by 2 whole square? We know that nth root of x can be written as x power 1 by n. Similarly, nth root of x square can be written as x square to the power of 1 by n. So our given equation is equal to x square to the power 1 by n into n by 2 whole square, which is equal to x square to the power 1 by 2 whole square, which is equal to x square. So our answer is option number 4. Next question. If root 3 to the power 5 into 9 square is equal to 3 power n into 3 root 3, then find the value of n. Root 3 to the power 5 into 9 square is equal to 3 power n into 3 root 3. This is the given equation. Root 3 can be written as 3 power 1 by 2. Therefore 3 power 1 by 2 whole power 5 into 3 square whole power square is equal to 3 power n into 3 into 3 power 1 by 2, because 3 root 3 can be written as 3 into 3 power 1 by 2. Therefore 3 power 5 by 2 plus 4 is equal to 3 power n plus 3 by 2. As the bases are equal, we can equate the powers. Therefore n plus 3 by 2 is equal to 13 by 2 and n is equal to 13 by 2 minus 3 by 2, which is equal to 5. So our answer is option number 1. Next question. If p is equal to 99, find the value of p into p square plus 3p plus 3. P into p square plus 3p plus 3 is equal to p cube plus 3p square plus 3p. For our convenience, let us add 1 and deduct 1 from the equation. So our equation becomes p cube plus 3p square plus 3p plus 1 minus 1. P cube plus 3p square plus 3p plus 1 is equal to p plus 1 whole cube. So the equation becomes p plus 1 whole cube minus 1. We know the value of p is p, which is 99. So the equation is 99 plus 1 whole cube minus 1, which is equal to 10 lakhs minus 1, which is equal to 9,99,999. So our answer is option number 4. Next question. Sin power 6 theta plus cos power 6 theta is equal to. Sin power 6 theta can be written as sin square theta whole cube. Similarly, cos power 6 theta can be written as cos square theta whole cube. Therefore, sin power 6 theta plus cos power 6 theta is equal to sin square theta whole cube plus cos square theta whole cube. This is in the form of a cube plus b cube. We know that a cube plus b cube is equal to a plus b whole cube minus 3ab into a plus b. So let us substitute the values here. Therefore, sin power 6 theta plus cos power 6 theta is equal to sin square theta plus cos square theta whole cube minus 3 sin square theta cos square theta into sin square theta plus cos square theta. We know that sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. Therefore, our equation is equal to 1 minus 3 sin square theta cos square theta. Therefore, our answer is option number 2. Next question. If tan theta plus cot theta is equal to 2 and theta is between 0 and 90 degrees, then find the value of theta. Tan theta plus cot theta is equal to 2. This is the given equation, and the equation can be written as tan theta plus 1 by tan theta, which is equal to 2. Therefore, tan square theta plus 1 is equal to 2 tan theta. Therefore, tan square theta minus 2 tan theta plus 1 is equal to 0. This is tan theta minus 1 whole square. This is nothing but tan theta minus 1 whole square. Therefore, tan theta minus 1 whole square is equal to 0, and tan theta minus 1 is equal to 0, and tan theta is equal to 1, which is nothing but tan 45. Tan theta is equal to tan 45, and therefore theta is equal to 45 degrees. So our answer is option number 3. Next question. The expression 1 plus cos square theta by 1 plus cosecant theta is equal to. Cos square theta can be written as cosecant square theta minus 1, because we know the formula 1 plus cos square theta is equal to cosecant square theta. Therefore, our equation is equal to 1 plus cosecant square theta minus 1 by 1 plus cosecant theta. Cosecant square theta minus 1 can be written as cosecant theta plus 1 into cosecant theta minus 1. Therefore, our equation is equal to 1 plus cosecant theta plus 1 into cosecant theta minus 1 divided by cosecant theta plus 1. These two get cancelled, and our equation is equal to 1 plus cosecant theta minus 1, which is equal to cosecant theta, and our answer is option number 1. Next question. The shadow of a tower standing on a level ground is found to be 40 meters long when the sun's altitude is 30 degrees, then when it is 60 degrees. Find the length of the tower. Let us assume the length of the tower AB is h meters, and the shadow of the tower when the sun's altitude is 60 degrees, that means BC is x meters. BD is the shadow of the tower when the sun's altitude is 30 degrees. In triangle ABC, tan 60 is equal to AB by BC. We know the value of tan 60, which is root 3. Therefore, root 3 is equal to h by x. AB is h by x. Therefore, x is equal to h by root 3 meters. In triangle ABD, tan 30 is equal to AB by BD. We know the value of tan 30, which is 1 by root 3. Therefore, 1 by root 3 is equal to h by x plus 40. Therefore, root 3h is equal to x plus 40. On substituting the value of x in the above equation, we get root 3h is equal to h by root 3 plus 40. Therefore, root 3h minus h by root 3 is equal to 40. Therefore, 2h is equal to 40 root 3. Therefore, length of the tower, which is h, is equal to 20 root 3. So, our answer is option number 1. Next question. The length of the shadow of a tower is 9 meters when the sun's altitude is 30 degrees. What is the height of the tower? AB is the height of the tower and BC is the shadow of the tower, which is 9 meters, which is given in the problem. In triangle ABC, tan 30 is equal to AB by BC. We know the value of tan 30, which is 1 by root 3. Therefore, 1 by root 3 is equal to AB by 9. Therefore, AB, which is length of the tower, is equal to 9 by root 3, which is equal to 3 root 3. So, our answer is option number 1. Next question. 1 by 2 into a minus b whole square plus ab is equal to p into a plus b whole square. Then find the value of p. 1 by 2 into a minus b whole square plus ab is equal to p into a plus b whole square. This is the given equation. Let us try to expand the equation. 1 by 2 into a minus b whole square is 1 by 4 into a square minus 2ab plus b square plus ab is equal to p into a plus b whole square. Therefore, a square minus 2ab plus b square plus 4ab by 4 is equal to p into a plus b whole square. Therefore, 1 by 4 into a plus b whole square is equal to p into a plus b whole square. Therefore, p is equal to 1 by 4. So, answer is option number 4. Next question. If 999x plus 888y is equal to 1332 and 888x plus 999y is equal to 555, then find the value of x square minus y square. 999x plus 888y is equal to 1332. Let us take it as equation number 1, and 888x plus 999y is equal to 555. Let us take it as equation number 2. Let us add both the equations. Equation 1 plus equation 2 is equal to 1887x plus 1887y is equal to 1887. 1887 into x plus y is equal to 1887. Therefore, x plus y is equal to 1887 by 1887, which is equal to 1. Now, equation 1 minus equation 2 gives 111x minus 111y is equal to 777. Therefore, 111 into x minus y is equal to 777, and x minus y is equal to 777 by 111, which is equal to 7. Therefore, x plus y is equal to 1 and x minus y is equal to 7. Therefore, x square minus y square is nothing but x plus y into x minus y, which is equal to 1 into 7. Therefore, x square minus y square is equal to 7. So, our answer is option number 3.
Okay friends, let's continue with the remaining questions in the next part of the series. Thank you for watching the video. Feel free to write to us for any further queries at prmrau@gmail.com.